Good morning, everybody. Because it's been a little bit rainy this week, which is good, we do need the rain.
Yeah.
But we decided to do something a little bit different. Because we can't go out to the parks, we decided to stay home. And what are we going to do?
We're going to do something that we have done before in the past, and you guys seem to really like it, but we didn't continue on with it. So we're kind of doing that today. We're going to continue on with our favorites videos. So what I'm going to do is I will link in the corner, one of the corners, a couple of videos that we did Walt Disney World favorites and Universal Orlando favorites.
Right.
This video is going to be a little bit different because we're thinking about possibly making this a little series maybe on the channel where we can do maybe like a monthly favorites. This is something that I watch a lot of beauty vloggers and they do monthly favorites with makeup and skincare. And I'm kind of like, what do we do that we could do like a monthly type favorites? And I'm thinking theme parks.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what we do.
Yeah. So what we decided to do was take the idea of like top 3 of Disney and top 3 of Universal and kind of bring it down a little bit more focused.
Yeah, we want to pinpoint it a little bit like more so to the land or to specific parks rather than just Disney, just Universal.
So today we decided to pick the newest land at Disney, Pandora, the world of Avatar.
Yeah, I'm excited, you guys, because we really love Pandora. We love how it like came to fruition and how everything actually looks in real life and everything. I think we just like a lot of stuff about it. So we wanted to kind of give you some of our favorites, some of the things we really like about it in this video.
So here are our Pandora World of Avatar favorites.
First things first, one of my favorite things about anything is the food.
Oh, yes.
It doesn't matter what it is, I'm always going to gravitate towards some sort of food item. So that's kind of what we're going to start with. What do you think?
Yeah,
Okay.
I totally agree.
So let's just jump right into the food. There is technically only one quick serve restaurant in Pandora, so this is going to be kind of hard to give you a favorite because it's the only one. But we can give you some of our favorites within the menu. Some favorite menu items. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and say the bowl. They do have like a bowl where you can pick your protein, your underneath part, like
the base.
There you go. That's the word. Like rice, quinoa, kale, salad, and then you get your little sauce as well. And that is by far my favorite thing that I've eaten there. I love the beef. They have like a sliced beef. I love the beef rice chimichurri combination.
So good.
So good. Like, it is so good. I really, really enjoyed it. And they do have a breakfast item that also has that beef in it, and that was also really, really, really good. So I definitely recommend the beef. Where's the beef? It's in Pandora, and it's so good.
My favorite thing at Satuli Canteen is the cheeseburger pods. Now, a while ago in Magic Kingdom, they used to have cheeseburger egg rolls, and they were so good. And they don't have those anymore. But they do have these cheeseburger pods at Satuli Canteen in Pandora, and the meat on the inside is very similar to the cheeseburger meat that was in the cheeseburger egg rolls. The only difference is instead of having a crunchy outside, it has like a soft bowl-style bun that makes up the outside of it, makes it into a pod. It's like a steamed bun pod, and those are so delicious. And then they have a vegetable chip that comes with it.
Yeah.
And the vegetable chips were so good. They were delicious.
Were they not just potato?
No, there was like purple carrots, I think.
Oh, I think that was purple potato.
Purple potato? Maybe they were all potatoes.
I think it was all potatoes, but it was like really fancy, colorful potatoes.
Fancy potatoes.
Yeah.
Also, and I don't want this to be overlooked, I feel like this is honorable mention for Satuli Canteen, is the cheesecake thing.
Oh, the blue dessert.
It's a blue dessert. It's not cheesecake. It's like cream cheese blue thing. It's so good though.
What's really weird about that is that they have 2 desserts. They have one that's chocolate and one that's this like blueberry cream cheese thing. Of course, I'm like, give me the chocolate. The chocolate wasn't that good.
Right.
It really wasn't. Like the blueberry thing, the Pandora, it looked much more Pandora to me. It was so good. I could eat that again and again and again.
And you mentioned breakfast earlier, and I didn't get to try the breakfast, but I did hear a rumor that there is a bowl of oatmeal, steel-cut oatmeal, with bourbon-soaked raisins in it that you have to be 21 years or older to order.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought when you like cook alcohol, it cooks the alcohol out.
I don't know that they cook those raisins. I think they're just soaked in bourbon and then just drizzled on top of the oatmeal.
I like that. Like Pandora, Like bourbon, it's what's for breakfast.
But I've heard that it's like the best oatmeal on property.
I like it a lot. We'll have to try that for you guys one day and let you know how good it actually is. It sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those were our favorite food items in Pandora. There aren't very many items to choose from, but those are the ones that just really stood out for us. So if you guys have any favorites that you've tried that you think are better or that we didn't mention, please let us know in the comments down below what you guys think, because we're totally like up for trying new stuff that we've missed. So next, let's move on to the drinks. There are a few non-alcoholic items and some adult beverages that are just specific to this land that you can't get anywhere else. And my favorite, I'm just going to start because my favorite was the margarita. It was so good.
Yeah.
Like it had these little passion fruit bobas on top, and then it had, I think it was a strawberry margarita.
I think so, yeah.
I can't even remember. It was just this like delicious, fruity, refreshing, like it was just so good. It was so good. And it was, generally, I'm not a fan of like pre-mixed drinks. I'm not a fan of frozen drinks that are made in those like machines, or just like a lot of the drinks at Disney in general are pre-mixed, and I'm not a fan of that. However, this was a great pre-mixed drink. I don't know that it was necessarily worth the price, but Disney pricing is always going to be a little bit higher. So I would definitely pay the price again, but I can't say that it was worth that, if that makes sense.
Right.
But it was so good, and I definitely recommend it if you are of age and you want something refreshing and fun and you like margaritas. Might be the drink for you.
As for me, I didn't really like any of the drinks at Pandora.
Oh no.
Like 0.0% of them. I did try some of your margarita and it was delicious.
I thought you liked the beer.
The beer was not good.
The green beer? Or
yeah.
So they have
neither
two beers. I thought you liked the beer.
No.
Oh no, it shows how much I know you.
And it was very similar to a Sam Adams, and it wasn't a good beer for me. Now, a lot of people may like it a lot, but I didn't like it.
Oh.
We even tried what was it called? The Pandoran Sunrise, and it was like Powerade.
Yeah.
It was something mixed with Powerade. Like, literally just a fruit drink mixed with Powerade. And I don't know how or why Disney decided to do that, like rather than make up their own flavor.
Right.
They decided to mix a fruit drink with Powerade. And it literally says that on the menu. So, I don't know. It was very interesting.
It was okay, but it was too sweet for me. I think that's something that when theme parks do non-alcoholic beverages, they are always so sweet. They're always so full of sugar. And I don't like that. So
right.
I was not a fan of that per se. But I definitely recommend trying it if that's something that you think that you would like. But it's not my favorite. I definitely like the margarita better.
So for me, I do not recommend the drinks at Pandora World of Avatar.
The specialty drinks though.
Right.
Like you can go get a bottle of Coke or you know what I mean? Like a Sprite or whatever, but their specialty drinks that are like $10 a piece, maybe not worth it.
Right.
Maybe not.
Right.
Get yourself a margarita. You'll be happier. If you're of age. But so now let's talk a little bit about the rides. There are 2 rides in Pandora, so it's gonna be kind of hard to, and they're both very different. They're both very different rides.
Completely different rides.
What I will do is I will link our video up above here, so that you guys can watch our first impressions video of Pandora. And we kind of talk a lot about how we really felt about the rides after riding them, like our legit first impressions after riding them.
Mm-hmm.
But for the sake of this video, we're just going to kind of make it a little bit more concise. So what was your favorite ride?
My favorite ride, and this is going to probably blow some minds here.
Okay.
My favorite ride was the river journey.
That's definitely going to blow some minds.
Yeah.
Because it's not an exciting ride.
Not an exciting ride at all. There's not a lot of... there's one animatronic. A lot of people thought there were 2 animatronics, but there's not. There's just one. And I did find out how they do the first Navi that you come across is a figure of a Navi that's white, and they concave it and then project into the concave so that it looks like his eyes follow you.
That's like the bust in Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
Just like that same kind of technology or science or whatever, illusionary. Is that a word? Illusionary?
No.
It looks really cool though, because he even like the way that he's standing is he's standing like this with like a staff, and he's like kind of like motioning you on into the ride, sort of, and his arm looks real.
Yeah.
But there's no arm there?
No, there is an arm.
Oh, there is an arm.
That's more illusionary.
Oh.
There is a spear with an arm coming out of it.
Oh.
And then it connects to a body that then concaves, and then it has a projection inside of it, so that all of the detail is there.
Okay.
Like it's like a
because it looks
like a
like
mannequin
it
almost.
looks like a full mannequin.
Yeah, but it's the reverse of a mannequin. So rather than being out here, it's in.
I like it.
Yeah.
He looks real. Like he looks like a legit real dude.
And then something else that I found out, which I did not notice because every time that we rode it, I was filming it.
Oh, right.
The very end, there is the Shaman of Songs. She is the animatronic.
She's amazing.
She has been programmed to follow your boat row at a time. There's only 2 rows in the boat with her eyes. So as soon as the boat comes up, her eyes are focused on the first row, and then a little bit past that, she focuses on the second row.
That's really cool.
So when you're riding Na'vi River Journey, make sure you make eye contact with the Shaman of Songs, because she's looking at you.
Wow. I think that one of the things for me about the Na'vi River Journey, my favorite ride is actually Flight of Passage. But the one thing that I do love, not the one thing, one of the things that I do love about the Na'vi River Journey is the song. I can't get that song out of my head. The Ewa.
Ya Ewa.
Ya Ewa. Ya Ewa. Like, I know we probably sound nuts, but that song is so good. It's really like you feel good when you get off that ride. Like we went on a rainy day. It was pouring rain. We had to get out of the rain, so we just rode that ride because there was not a huge line at the time. It felt so good. Like I felt like happy and like it's like it's such an inspirational feeling. I don't know why. I think music just really like moves. You know, it has the power to really move you and to enhance your mood or to change your mood. And I think that ride kind of did that for me because I was like, I didn't care about the rain. I was just so happy to be in the ride.
Yeah.
You know? But with that being said, my favorite ride is Flight of Passage because it's so, I don't know, like it's such a good ride.
Yeah.
Right? Like.
No.
I know, he didn't like it. He didn't like it.
I did not like it.
But you didn't like it as much as everybody else did.
Right. Right.
I really, really enjoy it. I know that a lot of the complaint that people have is that you can like look and see the people next to you. Mm-hmm. And it's very obvious, you know, that you are not flying or, you know, it's not a Soarin' type situation where you're up high, like out in the screen area. You can really tell that you're just kind of on a stationary platform. I still really like the ride. The way that the ride, there's a lot of downward motion because you're flying on the back of an Ikron, a Banshee. So there's a lot of downward motion, and it feels so real. I don't know. I found myself like being afraid of some of the things. Not afraid, but there are some spots in the ride where you like almost run into some of the like alien animals, or there's a big water part and I'm like really afraid of water, and it felt so real. See,
it didn't feel very real to me at all, and I think that may have been one of the reasons that I didn't like it as much, is that it didn't give me that same feeling that everybody else was getting of like, oh man, this is so beautiful and this is so real. For me, the entire time I'm like, I can feel these glasses on my face. If I like, whenever I look at something,
real quick, the glasses are not great. They're very like strange, and there's two like it's almost like bifocals in a way. The glasses are terrible.
And that's what happened to me, is that I would be looking forward, and when I see something, I don't like jerk my head to the side like, oh, what's that over there? I do a quick like, oh, what's that? And then when you do that, you're looking out of your 3D glasses, and then it becomes blurry. And so as somebody who grew up with eye issues my entire life, when something becomes blurry, it takes me out of a situation because I'm like, oh, well, darn it, I can't see. And I've been in that situation too many times to make it enjoyable for me to be like, oh, well, I can see again. As soon as I can't see, I'm out of it.
I really like the ride a lot. I think that both rides are great in their own ways, but if I had to pick one ride, like if you were like, we're going to go to Pandora, you can only ride one thing, that's all the time we have, I don't think I would go on the river journey.
Well, neither would I. Because Flight of Passage, I've only ridden it twice.
Right.
I've ridden River Journey like 8 times. Because the lines have been so short every time that we've... Except for opening day when I went, when it was bonkers in there.
Right.
During all of the previews when we went, it was a walk-on, and then you got off and you're like, hey, can we ride it again? They're like, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah,
so you just jumped right back on.
Yeah.
And so I've ridden River Journey a lot. I've only had 2 rides on Flight of Passage. So I would like another one.
I see.
So that's why I would ride that. If we're like, we can only ride one ride, that's the one I'm going for.
So his favorite ride is also Flight of Passage. So the next thing that we would normally pick a favorite would be the shows. Pandora doesn't really have any... It has one show. It's like a drum circle type show. And I don't love it. So...
I love it.
Do you?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I feel like...
It's so much fun. The guys are in there. They're drumming. They're like making connections. There's audience interaction. They get the kids involved.
It feels a little culty to me. Like...
No. They're like, Sivako, which means like, seize the day or something like that.
It's what they say when you ride your Banshee. They say Sivako. And I don't know. I can't remember. Is it seize the day?
It's something like, it's like YOLO in Navi. Like, that's 100% true, right?
I don't know.
Navi YOLO is Sivako. That's in the Navi translator that when you buy it, it's like Sivako YOLO.
You heard it here first. So when I was a kid, there was a show at Disney and it was called Tarzan Rocks, and I can't remember which park it was at.
And he does.
But it's from the Tarzan movie. It was all of the Phil Collins music, and it was all the like one love, one family. But it was so culty. Like I literally, after I left the show, I'm like, am I in a cult now? I'm pretty sure I'm like in the Tarzan cult. And
by the way, who doesn't want to be in the Tarzan cult?
I was in middle school. I wasn't ready, Tarzan. But like, that's the same feeling that I got. And I don't mean like the one love, one family message is like culty. It was like a lot of chanting and a lot of like, say it with me. And like, you're a part of our family. And it was very...
Yeah, like I see you.
Yeah, it was
Jake Sully.
It was a little strange I don't know why. I just got a weird feeling. So, but I love the show. So please don't come after me if you love the show. I love the show. It just felt a little weird. But with Pandora, the drum circle show felt the same way. It was very like, I love the message. I think what it was for me is that like, where were the Navi people?
They are not like corporate in any way.
Meaning,
so
like,
they don't want they're not like taking care of the tourists. Okay. That's the expats are taking care of the tourists.
But I almost wish that they had incorporated some Navi into that show, because I just feel like it's their thing, like drumming for AWA and like getting. I don't know. I feel like the Navi should have been there, and I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't like the show.
Yeah, well, I think that maybe the drummers are like the consulates for the Navi.
Okay.
Right? Like they are the ambassadors.
Well, I mean, I get that. I do get that.
Rather than like coming into an alien world and then like, oh my gosh, aliens! It's like coming to an alien world. Okay, these guys are here. And they know the aliens.
But I want to know the aliens.
Well, but that's like alien knowledge 102. This is alien knowledge 101.
So I gotta wait for like second semester to meet an alien?
Yeah.
Okay. But so for me, since they only have one show and I wasn't necessarily a fan of that show, I'm going to go ahead and say that my favorite show, because it's not a show, is Pandora at night. Just the land lit up at night is better than any drum show, I think.
Yeah.
Personally. Again, these are just my opinions. Please don't come at me. I don't know. Like
I'm gonna go ahead and say that my favorite show in Pandora, the World of Avatar, is the background music. Because there is no music. It is...
Again, that's a show. Like, it's not a real show. It's just the atmospheric... Atmospheric?
Yeah.
Okay. Illusionary?
So, what happens is, when you come in the morning, there is a specific set of animal noises that are happening in the background. And then by midday... those animal noises have changed a little bit. A couple of extra animals have come into the background noise. And then right before dusk, you can actually hear the daytime animals leaving and getting further away.
That's true, yeah.
And then the nighttime animals coming forward and being louder. So there's a change which is really cool. Like, I think that is a good show.
Again, these are not actual shows that you'll find showtimes for, like on the map or anything. It's just like, what else can we feature since we didn't love, or I didn't love the drum show. I didn't hate the drum show, but I just felt like it left a lot to be like desired. I didn't get enough of what I thought I should get from that show.
And to be fair, we only saw it on opening day. So
who knows? Yeah, maybe
they might be changing it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think if you're going to wait for something at Pandora, I would wait around for the nighttime lighting effects.
You know what I would do?
What?
I would come to Pandora in the day, take a look around, leave at sunset, or like right before sunset, hang out in Animal Kingdom, and then come back after the sun has gone completely down.
But don't you want to see the sunset in Pandora?
No.
Why?
Because I think that's something that affected me in the fact that I was there during the day, and then I stayed through the sunset, so it wasn't as dramatic.
Oh, you had like a gradual change in lighting.
Right. And so I could see like, oh, okay, that turned on. Oh, that turned on.
So
like,
you want it to be like a bam.
Yeah.
Like
I want it to be
nighttime.
like an explosion of my senses.
Okay. I like it.
So yeah.
So so those are our shows that we like in Pandora. Again, those are not actual physical shows. Those are just atmospheric, illusionary type things that we liked better than the drum show. And then last but not least, our favorite Pandoran?
Yeah, that's right.
Is it
Pandoran.
right? Okay. Our favorite Pandoran merch. My favorite Pandoran merch is... Wait, should you go? Sorry,
Yeah.
I feel like I've been...
I'll go.
Okay, go.
My favorite merch in Pandora, and this is not something that we have bought or seen yet.
What do you mean you haven't seen it?
Well, I haven't seen the actual act of this yet.
Okay.
So there is a little kiosk area where you can go and you pay, I think it's $75 or $70, and they put like a scanner over your face.
Oh, yeah.
And they scan your face, and then they make a Navi action figure.
But I have seen people's Navi figures, and they don't really look like them.
Well,
so that made me kind of sad. It made me feel like, do I want to spend $75? First of all, I would never buy that thing. Just me personally, it's very cool, but I just don't have any, like, I don't have any place for it, and I don't know what I would do with it. But as a first time, like, souvenir for somebody, it seems like a really cool thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't see anybody's face that really looked like their face.
I'm kind of leaning towards doing it because, like...
Can they do a mustache?
That's a good question. We should go and talk with them, because if they can do me with a Navi mustache, like, I'm all in.
Would your facial hair have the feelers too?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Ooh. Any like Pandora aficionados, Pandora experts out there? What do you think? Would the mustache have the feelers like the ponytail?
Maybe.
I don't know. It's a little creepy. My favorite merch, I would have to say, there's a lot of really ridiculous merch in this part, like in this land of the park. Right now, the Banshees, the shoulder Banshees that they were going nuts for these Banshees. It was like totally just unexpected for me I didn't think they would sell that well. I don't know why I felt that way, but that's just kind of how I felt initially. They're sold out. You can only find them on eBay, which I don't think you should buy from those eBay sellers, because I don't think what they're doing is right. Because I think a lot of those people buy lots of them and then sell them for profit.
Oh, yeah.
I can't knock them, but I wouldn't buy from them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So hopefully they restock them in the parks.
And they will.
But my favorite piece of merch, there's this little tiny baby Navi that has a little blanket around it. And they sell these for like all the characters. They're like baby Simba or baby, whatever. And they just have like a little blanket around them. That's my favorite piece of merch. It's so cute. It's so cute. But my favorite piece of merch that's like funny, kind of like to make fun of, I guess, is the Pandoran lava lamp. Oh, yeah. I thought that was really weird. Like, that
was a little bit strange.
They're just like grasping for like, buy this. You know what I mean? And so I wasn't a fan of that style of merch, but it looked cool, but I feel like you can get a lava lamp at Target. Right. So, I don't know. But I did love those little baby Navi. Like, they were so cute.
I'm going to go with an honorable mention to the floating piece of unobtainium.
I thought that was kind of
Which was
funny.
pretty neat. Yeah. Because that's something that was in the movie.
Oh, was it?
Right? Like Giovanni Ribisi had it on his desk.
Oh, I didn't.
And it was like floating around. You can buy one of those at Pandora, which is amazing.
Yeah. It looks cool, but again, it's one of those things that like, I don't know what I would do with that. Like,
and it probably takes batteries, and it would be out of batteries in like a day, and then like it's not floating anymore.
Right.
So.
But there was a lot of really neat like clothing, lots of stuff that reacts to the black light. They had little flip-flops that react to the black light. They had lots of jewelry, headgear. You can buy the tails. Like there was just a lot of merchandise. So if you are a Pandora fan or you just, need all the Disney merch, there's a lot to choose from there. But my favorite is the little baby.
Yeah.
I just thought it was so cute. And it has like the little mohawk and everything. I don't know why. I just love it.
And so we hope you guys enjoyed this first, hopefully of many, favorites videos.
So if you would like to see this type of video from us, again, this is something that we'd like to do monthly. And if you guys like that idea, just let us know and maybe thumbs the video up so that we can see that you like it. And we want to do it again. So... You will probably be seeing another one of these next month.
Make sure you guys leave a comment down below of a different area or a themed land in the parks that you would like us to do a favorites video of. And with that being said, we are off, and we will see you guys tomorrow. And now it's time to pay the price.